Hello, welcome Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. My name is Astrid. I'm a psychic oracle and mentor, and this is your tarot reading. If you are a Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, or if you have any significant Virgo placements, maybe a stellium, which is, four or more, depending on who you ask, or, maybe you're just interested in a Virgo placement, stick around. This is going to be your reading, okay? Let's see. All right, Spirit, who am I talking to? The Chariot, just out the gate. The Chariot. Where are you going, Virgo? Where are you going? Where is Virgo going? King of Pentacles in reverse. That's quite a destination. The Hierophant. Okay, where's Virgo going? Can I get a little bit more here? Okay, Virgo. So, it seems to me that you are pursuant of a path that is not really adhering to what you deem to be like right, I guess. There's something about things just kind of being contrary to what you deem I'm hearing the word like appropriate, deem appropriate or accessible. With the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Swords here, it really feels as if you are like judging yourself very harshly. So I'll show you these three cards. I've got the Hierophant in the middle there. So I feel like you are judging yourself on a set of rules and principles that you did not develop yourself. Let's get a little bit more here, Virgo. What do we need to know? What more can I know about Virgo at this time? Oh, okay. Can I get some? Okay. So, too, is actually, I think you're trying to do things the right way. I think you're building a new model for yourself on what is right or what is valued. There, it's got to be. I mean, obviously, it's about. Well, I mean, let me get clarity. What is this about? What is going on, man? What's going on, Virgo? I mean, really, like this is some pretty big upheaval that I'm feeling for Virgo at this time. Okay, let me anchor in here. So you are someone who how powerful you are, what you're capable of, what you have to offer the world. I don't think that you're lacking in confidence, or I'm hearing specifically Spirit is giving me the word poised. So you are a very, you're very, you seem to know yourself very well, but there's something going on here regarding the models that you were given being, I think that you learned something recently that maybe showed you that you aren't supposed to do things maybe the way that you thought you were supposed to do them. Maybe the way that you were taught to do things just doesn't feel, it doesn't sit right in your soul is what I'm hearing. It doesn't sit right in your soul. Chills. And so, you could have, and I'm hearing honestly that this could be an event that occurred where you called something out I'm hearing by name. So you may have called someone out by name. You may have called out a pattern or a cycle by name. You could have called out an issue, a shadow. Something that I say frequently to my clients and my collective is, you can't quote unquote kill a demon till you name it, right? But then it evolved into you can't befriend a shadow until you identify it, right? So I think that you took a leap and you called something out, but it could have been in a public setting, my guy. Like, was this over the dinner table over the holidays? Like, what happened? But now it seems, yeah, and then I have strength under the world. Now it seems that you are, I like this a lot. I like this a lot because but I mean, I don't know if you like it, but you are dealing with this. Yeah, you called something out. So now you're dealing with this kind of maybe. Where do I go from here? Or like, what do I do with this now that this has happened, kind of a thing? Now that I've called this thing out, like now what? It could be that, but and then the tower at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you are here to make waves, dude. Like you are here. You came to do it. Do it. Like you did not come to play. And I think that people around you know that now, like very, very well. Like they are aware of your motive. This is giving, I mean, it's cycle breaker mentality. This is, you are breaking cycles here. What is crossing Virgo at this time? So this probably, whatever kind of cycle is here, it might have something to do with your money, the way that you make money or the way that the people around you make money. But I don't think it's about money necessarily. I think that you are overworked. That's more what I'm hearing here. I think that you're overworked and that you are burdened by maybe an increased like task list. Yeah, there's a lot that you have to do and I'm hearing not enough time to do it. Like it's like you're getting your hands dirty in areas of your life that you didn't always kind of concern yourself with in the past. Does this make sense? Like you're kind of dipping your toes into new territory here a little bit. That doesn't quite feel right though. That doesn't quite feel right. Or maybe you want to dip your toes in new territory here. The Two of Swords, the Star, and the Ten of Pentacles. You have this great ambition that is, okay, so like you called something out. And then I think it kind of morphed into like, oh, well, I did this thing and now I have to do something now I have to do something about the thing that I did. Like, you know, what you did has to be met with a level of action, right? And so there's this thing, but it has to do with your finances. I believe it has to do with your career. The Moon in reverse. Okay. So okay. What does Virgo need at this time? What is Virgo requiring at this time? Queen of Wands in reverse and the Three of Pentacles. You know what, Virgo? I'm going to be so real. You know what you need? You need rest and you need to really be careful with who you're hanging out with because whatever it was that you called out, and now that I'm kind of like thinking back to everything that I've communicated thus far, it's making me realize that like it could have been with family, it could have been in a workplace, it could have also been like closer than that, but it doesn't matter the context. What I'm seeing here is that you don't necessarily know how to move forward because you're exhausted, in part because the people around you are like actively draining you. I think that there is a language that is taking place in the environments that you find yourself in that is not, it is not productive. It is not helpful. It is draining you. And like, I can't seem to excuse the behavior of others and its impact on you at this time. Like that seems to be a big thing here. Let me get, we're going to pull from the Archeo. I definitely feel like there is really heavy interference in what it is that you are going to create going forward. the clarity in what it is that you're going to create going forward. It genuinely feels as if the people around you do not want you to succeed. The Alchemist, yeah. And so I think that you also know that the people around you don't want you to succeed, and you've seen it in action. Maybe that's what you called out, right? Maybe you called out kind of the damning language of the people in your life that they project onto the people around them. Maybe that's what this is. But I think also that you are you understand the task of alchemy as creating something. I mean, we know what alchemy is, right? You're creating something from what was, but it's something. You're creating light out of dark, right? You're creating joy from misery. You're creating whatever. You're alchemizing whatever has been given to you, but it directly ties to something that is incredibly overwhelming for you, because you, like me, during this reading, you don't know how to articulate it. You don't know what exactly it is. And this is where I feel that the people around you are impacting your clarity and your ability to see forward into the future. I think that even if you've cast out whoever it is that have caused, whatever cycle it is that you called out, I think that there are still people in your environment that are creating this drain. It's still around you, and you know it. And there could be, I'm also seeing potentially some grief here in moving on from it. You almost want to take it with you. You almost want to take it with you. And I'm looking back at these first few cards that I pulled. There's something about what is right here. What is right? And so while people are projecting upon you and you're noticing that something is wrong here and you called it out, right? You said something. There may be fear because you have a moral code that you stand by. There may be fear or reluctance in taking the next required steps to actually create that manifestation or create the alchemy, right? The healing that needs to come from the ending of this cycle. Is this making sense? It's like there's a next step that requires things that you are reluctant to provide in order to get to that next step. I don't blame you. Let's get some clarity on what that next step may be for Virgo. I feel like I want to shuffle the deck again. What is the next step for Virgo? What is the next step for Virgo? I'm seeing a bathtub. I'm seeing you cleaning a bathtub. I'm seeing roots coming out of your fingertips. So something about cleaning your environment so that you can ground into it. The next step may just very well be admitting what happened to you in truth. Yeah. I think that the next step might just be admitting and talking it over with your higher power, what exactly these folks did to you, the impact that they had on you. Virgo, this is you. There's some great healing that's being asked of you from the divine at this time. Like, you can't continue on just kind of acting like things are okay. All right. You really do have to take some time to integrate and process what has transpired here. Yeah, you were done wrong. You were done dirty. God wants to talk to you about it. God's like, hey, you want to have some coffee? You want to sit down for some tea? Right? Like, chit chat with your ancestors a little bit, Yeah, the Three of Swords at the bottom. Okay, here's another thing that's coming through here. There may be a part of you that has a desire to, there may be a part of you that has a desire for retribution that you deal yourself. There may be a part of you that wants to hurt the people who hurt you. Virgo, I need you to cool that off, okay? Because you very well know that this is a long process. You very well know that this is going to take time and patience to heal from and to navigate forward with. You really do not want to short yourself your own blessings by projecting your pain and your wounds here, okay? The Queen of Pentacles, yeah. It's unfortunate, the process that and the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Okay. So that pretty much describes exactly what I was just about to say. So it is unfortunate that usually the path of healing requires a level of generosity that feels impossible when you realize that healing needs to be done. Yeah, I know. But listen, anger, anger and anything that is of low vibration, those things cannot exist in the presence of gratitude. And when we have gratitude, we are able to bring peace, bring joy, bring lightness, right? When you are entering that healing phase, there is a moment of like, how do I, and this is part of the alchemy and the intimate, and see, now I'm thinking back to these, alchemy and intimate here. It's like you are being asked essentially to take what has happened to you and transmute it into good that you're putting out into the world. And whether or not this pertains to you, like if you are desiring retribution or revenge in a way, doesn't really matter. This applies to anyone who this reading resonates with thus far. You really are in a place right now where you don't, like, your best option, your only real option. And the reason it's the only option is because this is how you ascend with expediency. This is how you don't waste time. Okay. That's why it's the only option, because otherwise you're just wasting time. Okay. If you can take this hurt and pain and process it, talk to God about it, talk to your higher power about it, and then turn it into, provision in one way or another, like that this is the way, this is how you do it, this is how you alchemize, right? And so all you have to do is, like, in those little moments, and again, this is with anybody, but including the people who have done you wrong, while still maintaining your boundaries. And so thinking about that is like, if they cross your boundaries, or if they do something and if they say something, you just say, I don't like it when you talk to me like that. And they say, really? And you say, it's fine. And then you move on, right? You don't engage with them any further. You just kind of move, and then you maintain your boundaries, but you're generous and you're kind while you're doing it. You're not out here flipping tables, right? You don't have to prove anything to everyone. There's a nobility that is inherent in the alchemizing process, right? True alchemy. There's nobility there. So Virgo, the quest for you thus far, right? And I just noticed we have the alchemist and the magician here. So you really are alchemizing something very, very potent at this time. And you're probably feeling pretty tired. Okay. And that's okay. I want you to allow yourself to feel that exhaustion and honor it, because again, you can't be generous and you can't honor anyone else while maintaining your own boundaries if you're tired, right? Like you have nothing to give, right? So Virgo, this is a precious time for you. Okay. This is a precious time for you, and it requires a little bit of extra, will on your end in some areas. Okay. So I want you to be generous with yourself first, because this is the only way you can be generous with anyone else, which is exactly what Spirit is asking of you. Okay. I want to pull one more card for you from the archetypes deck, just really, really quick. Can we get one final message for Virgo? The Mystic. I love that. This is a part of your spiritual journey. This is a part of your spiritual healing. There is no bypassing it. Okay. This is really, really, really important work that you're doing here, Virgo. And I really don't want you to skip any lessons. Okay. Talk to God, get some rest, relax, take it easy, connect with your breath, make sure that your body is stabilized, make sure that you're feeling good, make sure that you're feeling all right, Take a breath before you get out of the car going into the grocery store. Take a breath before you get out of the car going anywhere. Take a few breaths. Take a breath before you have a conversation with someone. Take a breath before you enter a room. I don't care what you do, but slow it down, regulate, okay? Because when you're generous with yourself in that way, you can be generous with others in any way that you deem helpful or necessary at the time, okay? Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Good job.